Superhero movies are personally my favorite genre of movies. It's always great to see my favorite heroes I grew up seeing as cartoons when I was a child on the big screen. And it's definitely true that these are some of the most successful movies of all time. But are they going stale? Superhero movies will continue to succeed pretty much no matter what. But after a while, the average moviegoer is going to realize that they've seen the same movie over and over again. It's almost as if Marvel has figured out a formula that works for their movies and put them on a conveyor belt, while DC is slowly trying to find that formula for themselves. I've noticed three big problems that almost all superhero movies are victims of. Number one is poorly developed villains. Critics and fans alike are almost in complete agreement that the only great Marvel Cinematic Universe villain is Loki, who was introduced in the very first Thor movie and continues to show up every now and then. The reason Loki is such a great villain is because he has been developed pretty deeply. Whenever Loki has shown up in a movie, he also gets his own character arc almost as much as Thor does. In the very first Thor movie, he starts in his brother's shadow and is later keen on destroying Thor and taking over Asgard. Now his motives don't always change, but the choices he makes throughout the movies do. He wanted to kill Thor in the first movie, but when the Dark World movie came around, he risked his life for his older brothers. Audiences love Loki. However, what other good villains have we seen? It seems like every other villain simply wants to take over something, whether that be the world, the universe, or a company. Sure, Loki wants to rule Asgard, but he also wants respect from his brother and will sometimes go out of the way of his own goals to help Thor. We don't get that kind of development from Ironmonger, Malekith, or even Zemo. The second issue I found is the backstory. Now every hero has to have some sort of motivation to make them want to become a hero. But does it really have to take so long? In Batman Begins, Bruce Wayne doesn't put on the cowl until an hour into the movie. A whole hour! And why does everyone's parents have to die? For lesser known heroes it might make sense, but I know exactly how Peter Parker becomes Spider-Man. Superhero movies are doing these less and less, but it doesn't change the fact that fans are pretty tired of origin stories. We've had 3 takes on Spider-Man so far, and almost double for Batman. I think it's a good thing we're seeing these origins a little less these days. But as time goes on, more and more heroes will be introduced, and unless Marvel and DC find a way to make their origins more interesting, they could potentially lose their fans in boring backstory. Thankfully, Captain America Civil War did a great job of giving us Black Panther's origin, and even Batman vs. Superman gave us a peek at Wonder Woman's origin. And the final problem is consequences. It seems like superheroes these days have no consequences, especially in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel is terrified to kill off their heroes, because they know how much money they can bring in. Iron Man 3 was supposed to be the end of Iron Man, with Tony Stark destroying his Legion of Iron Man suits. But by the time Age of Ultron came around, Tony still had plenty of suits to go around, without any mention of the revelation he made at the end of Iron Man 3. And everyone knew Tony and Captain America wouldn't kill each other in Civil War. There's always another Avengers movie that needs to be made. But I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe could grow even more if they allowed themselves to make room for more heroes. I'm not saying I want to see Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans out of their roles, but I am more interested in seeing different heroes get the spotlight for once. All in all, I think superhero movies are fine. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. However, a little change here and there could be a breath of fresh air to many different fans.